Hey guys, what's going on? I am Sam Crack and behind me is the pizza car. Today is going to be a super fun one. I had a few friends help me. Turbo Mike helped me take the axle shaft off the donor car and transplant it to the pizza car, and then later on when it came to doing the transmission drain and refill procedure, Lil Pump helped me. So you're gonna see that in a few. Without further ado, let's jump into the work on the donor car and then we'll move our way over to the pizza car, wherever it is. There it is, right there. All right, so here on the donor car, I went ahead and I've disassembled this. I've disassembled the hub here from the strut. I've disassembled the hub assembly. I've hammered it out. All we need to do now is go underneath. We're going to pull the axle out of the transmission. Stuff is gonna go everywhere, which I'm not looking forward to. And then we're gonna have our axle shaft, which we will bring over to the pizza car.
There we go.
Is it leaking at all?
No, it is.
Oh, perfect. It's going right in there. Yeah. When you guys tell me he's not really doing the work, he's got someone there doing it, you're right. It's Mike right here.
Sometimes.
That's Turbo Mike. So here we go. We pulled the axle back a little bit and we're just letting it drain into the pan so it doesn't splash everywhere.
We pried here. I kind of messed up the seal, which Sam will see in a second.
Shh, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that you did anything wrong.
Pried here.
Say it with excitement, Mike. We pried right here.
We pried right here, and we got it out.
You can't. Then you're not showing them anything with the camera.
So, here you go.
All right, Mike wants to show you guys. We pry. No, we don't want to go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. So we pried here. Screwed up the seal a little bit.
No, don't tell them that you screwed up the seal. You can't.
Okay.
And don't touch the oil and then touch.
I'm not touching the oil. So we pried here. Push the CV axle out. You can see the training fluid starting to drain. We're gonna wait till it drains a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull the axle shaft the rest of the way out and see what it looks like.
Here's the axle shaft from the donor car. A few people said you don't want to use it because it was in a flood, and I would be pretty certain that water did get up about as high as the axle shaft, but what Mike is going to show us here is see how everything's moving really fluidly in there. Doesn't appear that any fluids got in, not to mention the side that goes into the transmission, which is the side that Mike's holding right now, that is sealed inside the transmission. We just had to pry it out of there. So that should be good to go. There's no corrosion on the end or anything.
Oh, okay. We got clean training fluid. It smells like pizza.
So this is the end of the axle shaft that goes in the transmission. Check it out. This is what was broken apart, separated on the pizza car right here. Just completely separated. Obviously the boot tore off and ripped off the end there. But what we're gonna do now is take this end and just to plug the transmission on this one here, we are going to go ahead and just hammer that in there. Then we're gonna throw this in the garbage pretty much, and we'll go and install this in the pizza car. And well, you're not gonna believe what Turbo Mike found whenever we were underneath the pizza car just now, taking that axle shaft out. All right, right here is the axle shaft that goes into the transmission housing right here that Mike was prying at to get it out of the car. And when he was doing so, he was noticing, look, watch this. This whole entire thing is moving. I'm going, well, there's a mount broken clearly, and when you got deep enough under it, right here, you can see this mount has completely been sheared into two pieces. Obviously, we've talked a lot about mounts lately. We saw the same thing occurring on James's Mustang GT, and of course this car. These mounts are meant to break so things fall down in an accident and don't get pushed through the firewall of the car. No big deal. We have the donor car, right? Transmission mount, you can see where it's snapped. Right here, the bushing sat in the center there. That's completely done. So we're going to take the one from the donor car I just pulled out. It's only two bolts that hold it in. One right here, one right here. Let's get underneath the pizza car and let's put that broken mount in. That way everything will be supported for when we go ahead and drive.
going. Keep hitting. Good.
All right, Turbo Mike's just reassembling this corner really quick. Just the 2 bolts on the brake caliper there. We're gonna bolt it back up to the strut, and then we're gonna put the wheel back on so this car is sitting. At this point, everything is back together, but since the transmission lost so much fluid whenever we were pulling the axle out of the housing, well, I needed some help and I reached out for the assistance of Lil Pump. Pizza car, pizza car, pizza car, pizza car, pizza car, pizza car, pizza car. So I originally tried to use this blue funnel here to get the transmission fluid in, but it wasn't working very well. So I got the assistance here of Lil Pump, and well, it's working, but let's just say that the Lil Pump is kind of slow. So Lil Pump didn't end up working out at all. Let me show you exactly what happened. I thought that, see that bolt right there? I thought that was the fill bolt. When I took it off, had a gasket on it, and made sense to me. It's towards the top of the transmission. Said, perfect. I went and I started with the funnel like I told you before. And, well, I put a little bit of fluid in there, and fluid started seeping out of the side. So I thought that the end of the funnel was just a little too large, so I got the assistance of Lil Pump. And, well, first of all, that Lil Pump is extremely slow, and the same thing kept happening. So I figured, well, that can't be the fill hole if fluid's just rushing out after all of that transmission fluid came out when we pulled the axle out of the car. So then I went and found the fill hole. Stupid me, it's sitting right there. I mean, how much more obvious could it be? There's a stick and everything. And so I went ahead, I took that off, and I began filling. Well, let's just say I forgot to screw that bolt back on. One of the steps in the fill procedure that's in the workshop manual for the car is that the car has to be running. So I went ahead, started the car with that bolt out right there. As you can see, transmission fluid went absolutely everywhere. I hate making a mess. I hate fluids. When it comes to fluids, I usually go out somewhere in the field where there's, you know, a dirty mound. I don't even like doing it over any good grass, and I like to just take care of fluids elsewhere. Well, obviously this car is inoperable, but you can see this is after 2 pressure washings. I've used kitty litter. I've got a bottle of degreaser over there that I've used. I have done a lot. This cleanup job is not finished, and it's very frustrating. Your comments would be helpful, how you get rid of grease marks from concrete. But anyway, it's kind of bittersweet that I didn't catch it on film because, number one, at the time I was recording with my brand new, you can see it in the distance there, Canon SLR. I just got that camera over the weekend. If I would have captured the geyser of transmission fluid, it would have covered the camera. It went everywhere. It was all in the engine compartment. It shot out. I mean, look how, here's the car here. You could see how far out it went. I really thought that that Lil Pump was going to be the solution to us refilling the transmission with minimal mess. And well, guys, it's user error. Definitely my fault. Something that is a major pain to clean up, but something we definitely will be able to overcome. It's not slowing us down anymore on the pizza car. And well, you saw that we've pretty much buttoned up the donor car at this point to roll. We're probably going to push it away here at some point and focus all of our time and effort at getting all the stuff back on the pizza car, getting the interior reassembled, and we're going to be good to go. So guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode of the pizza car repair featuring Lil Pump. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Also, if you have any questions for me whatsoever, be sure to contact me. Everything you need to do so is in the description box below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram because a lot of this stuff as it's happening while I'm working on the pizza car, well, I post it there first. So you'll see it there days before it makes it on YouTube. Guys, I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you very soon. Oh, no, don't. What are you doing? Why would you do?